Oh, man.
You know what the key though? In a minute. I just want to make sure you got it. And the key now, yes.
When a celebrity is involved in a trial, the celebrity status becomes very important. Jurors are starstruck, they have favorites, they see a celebrity. It's very different than just seeing a regular person. And so in most cases where the allegations aren't that egregious or it's kind of a one-time situation, the jurors become very sympathetic towards a celebrity, and it can have an impact. Here, however, I think it's much different because I think the case has become the celebrity. It's not really P. Diddy anymore. It's the salacious allegations, the egregious conduct, which have not completely but largely tainted his celebrity status. So now it's about, hey, can we get jurors that can maybe put aside what they've read or their personal animus and focus on the facts?
As a defense side, you're really wanting to get jurors that have not heard anything about this case or know very, very little about it, so that they come in with a truly blank slate and that hasn't had any type of bias, even unconscious bias from what they've heard in the media.
Jury selection is not really about picking the right jury. It's about getting off jurors that are not good for the case. It's about eliminating bad jurors. So you want to do that through any bias, through any personal animus that they have, people that are not going to change their mind.
The government's approach to the questionnaire is to try to rehabilitate jurors, to get them to say that they can set aside anything they've heard, they can be fair and impartial, and trying to preserve those jurors. Whereas the defendant's questionnaire is really focused on eliciting that bias, identifying any potential pre-existing opinions and beliefs that people hold, and how that might affect their review of the evidence, with the goal of getting those jurors excused for cause or bias, so that they can really end up with a panel that has not heard much about the case at all.
Go right, to your left, please.
Wait, Janelle Monae is in the doorway.
Go through the door?
The woman in the doorway in black and white.
The biggest fear is what we call a stealth juror. It's a juror who puts very little on their questionnaire, who doesn't seem to have any issues, and they're lying in wait to assert their agenda in the deliberation room. And so you may have noticed they ask about the juror's social media involvement and ask about what accounts they have. I can guarantee you that they are attempting to find these accounts of these jurors and prospective jurors and looking up their social media accounts to see, is the persona that they've put on their questionnaire matching the persona that they've depicted of their online selves, or are there some inconsistencies there? And whenever we see inconsistencies between someone's online presence and their juror questionnaire, that is a red flag to exercise a peremptory strike on someone like that.
Hey, straight ahead, dog. Straight ahead. One time. Straight ahead. One time. Straight ahead. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Looking good. Looking good.
And on your right?
This case involves a lot of sensitive issues, and on the background questionnaire involves a lot of sensitive issues. So if you want jurors to be candid and honest, the court needs to give them some protection of anonymity to get them to open up and be candid in that questionnaire, which is really the goal of these questionnaires. So I think that's one major reason. The other is to protect jurors from any potential harassment from people. Right now with online and the social media, it is very easy for strangers to get in touch with people. So we wanting to protect those jurors' confidentiality, wanting to also protect them from being unduly influenced by outside sources. Could you imagine if the names of the jurors are released and now those jurors are getting bombarded with messages on social media, on email, the people at work are pinging them, hey, I heard you're on the Sean Combs trial. So I think there's several to protect the jurors' confidentiality, but also to protect the integrity of the trial and to encourage the jurors to be candid in their questionnaires.
So it's really about meting out the personal bias, getting to those jurors that even though they've heard about this case, because everybody has, can you really put it aside and even change your mind about something, based on the evidence?